Okay, what's the weirdest question you've ever gotten from an athlete about food?
Is this shake going to make me fat? I was like,
Who asked this?
I can't. But I was like,
You know who you are.
you can see him now, and you could see the change in him from 2020 until now. He looks great.
Everybody take a chill, all right? It's 6 years from playing that, like, I didn't get sick.
Every time we're on the plane, Danielle's walking down the aisle with waters, making sure everything's
Cherry tart juices.
Yep.
Keeping us strapped.
Hear so many horror stories from other universities and colleges, and the program was built. They did a great job, and so all I had to do was just take what they've already done and actually implement it.
Welcome back to Life Beyond the Three, presented by Century Media. I'm Dawson Baker.
I'm Trevor Nell. Get a hand for Dawson. Like, that was another good round right there.
We won't tell them that was my second time doing it, but
We got a special guest. We got the D Train, D Bird, Danielle. How's everything, Danielle?
Fantastic.
What's new?
Busy off season.
Busy.
Busy. Yes, both teams are keeping me busy.
Yeah, so you're with the men's basketball and women's, right,
Mm-hmm.
for BYU?
Mm-hmm.
How's that dynamic, just managing both the men's side and the women's side?
It gets a little difficult at times because of the schedules, and the schedules are off, and trying to be able to hit practice, but that's also a time where I can meet with the women or vice versa. But otherwise, it's great. It makes it a lot easier that you guys are in the same building.
Yeah,
So I can spend.
and she finally got an office space. Is that
And I
right?
finally got an office
It's
space.
done.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
I have a desk in the
Let's
women's.
go.
I got it while we were gone
Yep.
during the Big 12 conference. So
Oh
I have
my
a
gosh.
desk in the women's office, but I am going to move down. I have a space in the training room.
Let's
with
go.
Jeff
Did
and
you know
Rob.
I knew it was in the process. I didn't know if it was actually going to
Yeah,
Cool.
it's
happen.
happening.
So
Yeah.
let's go. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
a big step.
That's a big
It is.
time.
Now we got Lucy that can just go run around in there.
Lucy.
Yes.
Explain Lucy. We
We got to talk about Lucy. I wish
Of
Lucy was here. I thought you were going to
course.
bring her.
We should've-
but-
Oh, I should have brought her. She'd be driving us nuts right
She
now.
probably would, but so who's Lucy?
Lucy is my cute little long-haired dachshund. She's
Oh.
She just turned 8 months on Sunday.
It's quick.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I think she's finally full grown.
Let's go.
Yeah. So she's, I guess, I don't know much about dachshunds, so I'm learning as I go. So there's the normal dachshund, and then they have the little ones are called weenies.
Okay.
But she's in between because she's not necessarily fits all the not dimensions, the measurements for a regular size dachshund, and she doesn't fit it for the weenies because they have specific how long they are, how tall they are. So yeah, I guess I just found out she's
a little tweener.
tweenie.
Let's go. Well, she's adorable. We'll have to put up the little
She hangs around the
Instagram.
annex all the time. So
She has an Instagram page. What's
Yes.
her Instagram page?
Nice.
Yes, we love Lucy.
We love Lucy. I love that. Well, I'm going to kind of hype you up for a second. So you were part of the 2014 World Cup U.S. Soccer, right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about that because that is unbelievable. You were part of the World Series San Francisco Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah.
You were part of the Arizona Coyotes for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you probably should just tap into the Mammoths now because that's the exact same
Yes.
team.
Yes.
And then Phoenix Suns and WNBA Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really well-versed, kind of
Yeah.
hit almost a lot of the sports. And
I know. I did pro, and now I'm in college.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So do you have a ring from the World Series?
I do.
Oh my gosh.
I do. I should have brought
You
it.
should've brought it.
Oh my gosh. I got to bring it in. I'll bring it in this
How
week.
have we never known that?
I don't know. I don't.
You gotta
I'm so bad at talking about this
showcase
stuff.
it. You gotta
I
have a
know.
little
When
shrine.
I get my office, I will have it in the show. I will have a little
Yes.
showcase for it.
I mean, Wiz does it now.
I know. I
I was
know.
very proud of it.
Yes.
You
I
were
knew.
super close, though, to getting an NBA ring as well, right?
Yes, Wiz and his team beat me out. Yeah, they beat us out 2021, but we were Western Conference champs. So
That's cool.
Do you get a ring for that or no? Or do you just get like a
They just gave a
hats,
trophy.
banners, trophies
Yeah, and I
stuff?
was bad with that. I never took a picture with the trophy. So
Oh my gosh.
I know. Just
Just spoiled.
Well, this year we got the Big 12 championship that we're gonna win. You know, well, I guess you guys are gonna win. I'll be excited to watch. And we got the national, so let's go. That is huge. That is super cool. But Kind of talk to us. I kind of want to know about these, like the World Series, like your experiences with these different teams.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. So I worked for a company called Exos back in the day. They were Athletes Performance. They're based out of Phoenix, and we would just have, when teams did have an off season, they would come in and train with us in the off season. But I also worked with military and general population, youth athletes. But with this company, and back 15 years ago now, 16 years ago, nutrition was kind of an afterthought with a lot of teams. It was up and coming. So they would contract. So that's how I got a lot of these jobs. They would contract a dietitian. So Exos would essentially pimp me out, right? For, to do work with these pro teams. And so I was working with the San Francisco Giants. I started with them after their 2010 World Series win. And then Jurgen Klinsmann, who was the head coach of the U.S. men's national soccer team from 2011 through 15-16, he was really good friends with the owner, because the owner helped the German national team with their, 2006? Was it 2006 World Cup champion?
Yeah,
I think it's 2006.
So.
And that was that's actually a funny story, because Mark Verstegen, very American, Germany, they love their football.
They love it.
They thought Jurgen was crazy. What does an American know about football? What is happening? And then Mark was really big into the mini bands and doing glute activation and all this stuff that's kind of more prominent now. And people would tell me, because I would go do these mentorships in Germany, that people would be on the news and they'd be slinging the mini bands at each other, making fun of Jurgen and Mark about what is this movement prep and all of this stuff. And then he ends up winning the world. So then we had a good relationship, and we had physical therapists and strength coaches placed with the U.S. men's national team during up until the World Cup, because we played Germany in the 2014, right, in our first round. And so I took a picture with my colleagues when we were on the pitch during that game, but then also Bayern Munich. So my colleagues were also with Bayern Munich and the U.S. men's national team for the longest time. So Jurgen came to our practice facility, and I met him, and we had contracted 3 spots. And it was nutrition, strength and conditioning, and like physical therapy, massage, athletic training. Actually, he's an athletic trainer, massage therapist. Yeah, and so we just, for 3 years, I traveled with them every month to all of their World Cup qualifiers and their friendlies.
That's cool.
It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was also a big learning experience working. It was obviously a lot of food service organizing, because we ate together, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks, and working with the American U.S. hotels versus the European hotels. The European hotels, I was back in the kitchen with the chefs. They were showing me things. They're making me food. It was amazing. Oh my gosh, and the U.S., crazy. I couldn't even talk to a chef. Like, it's very rare that I talk to chefs at the hotels, because it's the food and beverage manager. You got to go through all these people. It was just a big learning curve during that time. And so cool. Then it was amazing. Stressful. We were in we were gone for 8 weeks, right? Because we started training camp in May, and we started at Stanford, and then we gradually worked our way down to Brazil. So we hit, were we in? I can't even remember. It was so long ago. But Tampa, and then we went down to Brazil. But then it was also, I was just nervous because of food, contamination, right? Getting sick, because then we were up all the way north, the most northern part of the of Brazil, Manaus, and that's more rainforest and everything. So they didn't have the food that would, like, all of our guys are kind of used to. Yes, it was quite the experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of food was your favorite while you were there?
Oh gosh, still like what they have. We would get the cheese bread. Oh yeah, like aubergine has.
Amazing.
Yes, yeah, it was pretty great. We stayed. Our home base was Sao Paulo, and the hotel we were at was just great. So it was basically a mix, because we had people from all over. We had a lot of Germans on the team.
You had a little bit of everything.
So cool. You kind of just had to we would do some traditional Brazil dishes. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no one's going to like this. Let's just prepare it for like 15 people. But we did like I'm forgetting the actual name, but it's the tongue stew.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we just got to try it. So I would try to do every area that we went to. I would try to do a little something or like an appetizer
That's
of
cool.
a traditional Brazilian dish.
Cool.
But I'm really bad at my memory's horrible. I cannot remember the names of them.
Well, yeah, they're probably crazy names too, like tongue dish.
Yeah, the tongue dish. There's a better name for it, right? But we did a lot of Brazilian steakhouse style meals.
Oh yeah, like tucano, like stuff like that.
Yes,
That's
so
cool.
that was really cool because our home base, again, I'm forgetting the club team that we were with, but we would go over there and they had chefs on staff. So we did a couple times while we were there as well. We went in earlier that year too in January for about 2 to 3 weeks, kind of like a trial run so we could get ready, understand what we were going to be dealing with in terms of the food, the hotel, our surroundings. But that was cool. They did a couple Brazilian style meals for us. Yeah, with
amazing.
They cut it right in front of you.
Yeah, it was great. The food was delicious.
That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Not to put you on the spot, what was your favorite place you've been that you've worked at? It's okay to say BYU. But
It's okay not to say BYU.
if not, it's okay.
Oh man.
And why? Why was it your favorite?
Sure. Well, I got 2 different things. U.S. soccer would have been just because of I love to travel and I love seeing different cultures and trying different food. And we ended up in Cyprus. We were supposed to go to Ukraine, but in 2014 there was that, there was stuff happening back then. So we got redirected to Cyprus, and that was really neat. We went to Sarajevo. Actually, we spent time in Sarajevo. That was really interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, that was just really different. And then I like working with, now my toss up honestly is my working with you guys has just been great. And then hockey players.
Hockey players.
They're intense. They'll do anything you want them to do. They will listen to everything. And it's just so much fun. Where some of the other sports, they're kind of set in their ways by that time, or they have their people. And you're like, well, I can't really, you just kind of chat with them about whatever, but you don't really get into the weeds. But you guys have been really great because it's been different than being in pro and being able to sit down and have conversations and not just talk about nutrition, but like today, the conversation
Today was incredible.
Today was incredible. I missed it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a big Kobe Bryant guy.
Okay.
I think he's my
he's top
personal
3 for
go.
sure.
I probably put Michael ahead of him because there's no Kobe without Michael. I put him over LeBron. So does Danielle. Okay.
I respect that.
So does
honestly.
John Linehan, of course. And
of course he does.
And we have this funny strength coach who was on the pod, Parker Ree, and I was kind of stirring the pot a little bit. To get started, I was telling John Linehan, hey, dude, this guy Parker thinks LeBron's better than Kobe and all this crazy stuff. And he's like, no,
Parker
no
probably
way.
goes crazy.
Finally, Parker walks through the door, and they just start going at it. And it's hysterical.
Parker probably has all his stats, too.
Yeah, no,
Like, he
he's
has
like everything.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
both
he
going
did.
back and
So
forth.
funny.
And it was a hoot. Yeah, it was so fun.
Oh, Parker was fired up.
I can totally see him get fired up.
That was hilarious.
Oh, it's funny.
Yes.
It was great.
Oh, that's hilarious. Question, just to not put you on the spot again, but like with working with the Suns, because you came from there, like how was it with those athletes, like working with guys like, because I look up to, you had Devin Booker, you had Kevin Durant, you had Chris Paul, you had almost like the Hall of Fame, almost everybody, right?
It was crazy. It was great. Chris, so starting with Chris, because he's already now well veteran. He has I think by that time he'd 2-3 years into being vegan. He has his own chef.
That's crazy, he's vegan.
He actually had a dietitian, a good friend of mine that I worked with at Exos. She did work with the Clippers, and they became really tight and close. So when he went to the Rockets after the Clippers, she would travel there. He would bring her out there a couple times a year, and she would just chat with the performance staff, the medical staff, the chefs that were there, just to make sure that he had everything. But then he got his own chef and was doing his own thing. So we just more or less were just having conversations, like just learning about his check-ins, learning about his journey through nutrition and how it really made how much of an impact. He's very, very passionate about it. So I loved it. So it was great having him there. Sure, he was more passionate on vegan in general, but it was still a better way it was like a leeway into, hey, Chris was saying this, maybe not vegan, but what could we clean up or how could we do these? So he was just great and just listening to his journey, and he's just so nice and
I heard he's a good dude.
Yeah, he really is. He's a great dude. Book is great. His same
Book
thing.
Is amazing.
He really is.
Came up to us on the court, said what's up, and I was like, oh, you're just a good dude too.
He really is. He's just kind of chill. He's like even keel. He was great. If like there was an injury or something, I was like, okay, I want to add a little bit extra aminos, or I want to do this, and he's like, D, I don't care, just do it. I'll drink it. Or just he was great. He's like, I'll do it, and I would chat with his chefs regularly and. And he did have a few people, same thing, right? They have their own.
Have their person. And
sure. But on the road, they didn't have their chefs. And so I would.
Chefs. That's insane to me.
Yeah. So the team meals, I would just make sure that I, had what I needed for them. So that way there was something on the line, the buffet line that they liked. But he was really, polite. Like there was one day, I think it was, I don't know, it was like preseason, and I forgot the gluten-free pancakes. And he was like, hey, D, no gluten-free. He just said something. It was kind of funny. I was like, oh my gosh. And just the way he said it, it was just great. And I had good relationships with those guys. If I messed something up or I forgot something, it was like a joke and not, too prima donna-ish where, they got all upset and heated just for that. And then KD was great. He was just
he kind of does his thing.
He just did his thing.
He didn't really mess with us, but it was like he just
did his thing. I would always put a shake in front of him, and sometimes he just kind of look at me, and I'm like, I'm just going to do it every game, every day. And if one time a week you take it, I'm happy. And he was like, okay, so yeah, he was. I would always pack up his food for him and just make sure. He's like, I'm not real hungry, after games. I'm like, that's okay. I'd pack up the food and just make sure he had it, or have Brady hand it to him. And,
That's hilarious. Brady Howe. Shout out Brady. I know everybody's going to want to know this because I didn't realize how high Coach Young is on you. And he's like, I would need you to tailor this. I want this in the room. I want my personal stuff. So how is it working with him at the Suns and now with BYU? Is there a different dynamic with you guys?
Yes.
Because he's very in tune with what he eats too.
He is, yeah. And that started a few years ago he just wanted to start getting into nutrition. So we would just get into these conversations. And he also was close with our chef there, who was great. We had a great relationship with our chef. He was, creating more performance plates and bringing in different products and cleaner products. Like he got on the venison sticks, the Maui Nui, which are fantastic. And so us three just had a really great camaraderie and just talking about and trying to dig deeper and helping. So questions and whatnot. And we would, work together to make sure. And you can see him now, and you could see the change in him from 2020 until now. Even he looks great, and he's very, and obviously you can see it, how he looks, but then also how he's feeling as well, which we don't see. Yeah. And that's what's brought the passion in from him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he was bought in and wanted to change a few things, and it really made an impact.
Immediately.
Yes, yes.
Sticking to that relationship with you and Coach Young, what was that when he got the BYU job? How soon after did he call you, and how did you guys connect with BYU?
Yes. So let's see what he had. So there's a group of us. They did a sweep after last season, 2024 season. So I was let go with a few other people, with Brady. Yeah, with Brady. And so then it was really a week or two after he heard about that, he calls me and he's like, I want you to talk to somebody. I want you to talk to Wiz. You think you want to come here? And he has me on the phone with Wiz. He has me on the phone with Rachel. He's connecting me with everyone. And so then it was just, back and forth and negotiating the contract over the summer. So yeah, it was probably about a week or two after I was let go. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, it was nice. It was definitely it made my year, right? Because nutrition in general, it can be hard. You've got everybody everywhere, people that don't believe in it, people like Chris Paul that really do. You got someone in the middle like Devin, just, I'll do whatever I need to do in order, to heal and whatnot. So sometimes it gets a little, you kind of get lost in the weeds, and can be a thankless job because food is everywhere. We don't realize how much the logistics and the purchasing and the supply chain and all the stuff that can happen when it comes to food or putting together meal plans. So it was just and then speaking with Wiz, he's amazing. He comes from Australian Institute of Sport or Australia in general, right? And they're bigger on dietitians than we are here. Dietitians do the hydration, they do the food, they do everything, and the strength coaches and the PTs will work with them regularly. Here we've been fighting in order to get our seat at the table. So it was just very humbling, but also, what's the other word? It was uplifting. It was just great to hear somebody like, I really want you here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Wiz is definitely into all that. He's mentioned that too, that where he comes from, everyone works as one. Here, it's like separate departments for weights, for strength conditioning, nutrition, and sports med, all those things.
Yes.
Backpedal a little bit. Talk about your upbringing and how did you end up getting into nutrition?
Sure.
It's like, where are you from?
Detroit.
Yes. Detroit's home.
Yes. Just outside of Detroit,
Okay.
Dearborn, home of Henry Ford.
Okay.
Cool.
Shout out Henry Ford. Let's go.
Yes. So I went to school for my bachelor's degree thinking I'll do a business administration or something because Detroit at that time and for a long time it was you're going to go somewhere in the car, the automobile industry in some capacity or other. And I did not do very well in I did not like any of my business classes. It was really boring. But I was cheerleading up at Central Michigan University where I was doing my grad school. And my weight was just always up and down. I liked eating healthy, but I was always so busy and I wouldn't cook. My mom and my grandma always did. My grandma's Italian. They would always do the cooking. So I get up to school and I'm just eating anything and I'm hungry all the time. I'm eating 2 Snickers. Like I'm just hungry all the time. So I start at like 98 pounds and like I end my 3 years at 118. So in 3 years there, I put on 20 pounds, but not really at the time. I didn't really think anything of it. But also, our cheerleading coach was really big on how fit we were. And so we had to pass all these physical fitness tests. We had to run a mile under 7 minutes. We had to do so many back tucks.
You know what that is like.
Yep.
UCI.
Under 630.
Yes, under 630. Okay. So we had all this stuff. Well, I always failed all the upper body stuff because in high school I was cross country, track, dance. I never really. So I started with a personal trainer and he's like in the summers so I could get onto the field or onto the basketball court and pass these tests to do those things. And he's like, you should do a fitness competition when you're done with school. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'd have to change I like to eat everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And so I was graduating. I'm like, gosh, what am I going to do? Which you're probably feeling now. Like I was for 3 years, 6 days, 7 days a week. We're practicing all the time, right? The tumbling. I was in the best shape of my life. And now it's just all going to stop. So I'm like, okay, I'll try a fitness competition. He's like, I have this dietitian. Her brother does the bodybuilding where the fitness competition, yes, you have to look a certain way, but you also do like a 2-3 minute dance gymnastics routine. So you can't eat like a bodybuilder because you need the carbs, you need the energy, or else you're not going to be able to do your fitness routine. So this was a balance to look a certain way, but also have the energy to perform. And so I met with her, and in those 15 weeks getting ready for my first competition, it was real simple back then. I was 22, 23. I just made some small changes, and I lost the 20 pounds. I lost 10% body fat. My sleep improved, my energy improved, because I was always struggling at practice. I was just so tired and I was like, what is this? I want to go to school for nutrition or exercise science or ex-phys. So I started looking into it, and instead of doing which I should have done, instead of doing a master's in ex-phys, I did a master's in nutrition. Either way, it's at the end of the day, after 20 years, it's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I did my dietetics degree and a master's in nutrition. And that's how all this came about.
Wow.
And then I realized that I didn't want to work in clinical or with general populations. I wanted to work more, not reactive, but proactive nutrition and health, and more in the sports realm. Gotcha. And so back at that time, there was only one program that had a sports nutrition program. That was Florida State University. And I was just married, so I wasn't going anywhere. So I went to Wayne State University in Detroit, and my teachers there knew that I wanted to do more sports, nutrition or whatnot. So all my projects were more around that. So that's kind of how we did it. And then 2 years after I graduated, I found the job at Athletes Performance, or Exos. Wow. And that was kind of my progression.
Wow. I didn't know you were a cheerleader, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I was coaching high school. I was assistant coach for high school gymnastics. And we took the girls up to camp at Central Michigan my second year, and the assistant cheerleading coach the assistant gymnastics coach was the head cheerleading coach. Gotcha. Now, I cheered in high school, but we were always more sideline. We didn't do any stunting, which I also tried to get going, and I got shot down. I was like, we need to be, what is this? What am I doing? Like, I want to stunt. We should be tumbling. And our administration at the high school were always like, no, we're not doing that. So he was like, oh, here's this 98-pound girl. She can kind of tumble. So he was just showing me all this stuff. And I went home and I'm like, I'm transferring up to Central Michigan.
That's cool.
Yeah, all the dorms were booked. So then I was in a sorority. So weird enough, the same sorority that I was in back home was, because I was going to University of Michigan's Dearborn campus. They had the same one up at Central, and they had an open spot in the house. So within 2 weeks, I moved into there. It was just
perfect,
just like this.
Perfect timing, everything.
And it was a fun 3 years.
Wow, that's super cool. That's like the best case scenario in terms of like, you found your love, you got to still do stuff, and then you started finding like how it helped you personally.
Yes.
And I think like that's a huge misconception with nutrition is, like, when I was growing up, I was like, I'm just going to eat as much as I can. But you don't realize how much nutrition actually helps you, like, with sleep, with, recovery, with performance, like, literally everything.
Yes, you have to feel it. I think nutrition, that's hard. And it's also, you have to do the work. Like, it's easy. You guys go for PT, strengthening, it's just different. Whereas nutrition, I'm asking you to do all these things without me following you around. And it does get difficult. I got to get creative and come up with different ways of thinking, okay, well, what's a way to get to you in order to make you think or try something different. It's can be a lot of work.
And an age thing too. Like, I feel like as you get older, then you really start to feel it. When you're young, your metabolism takes over a lot of times, and you feel like you can eat whatever and feel fine. But I'm sure a lot of those older veteran NBA players are more the ones interested in the nutrition part than the young guys that come in that are a little bit more picky and just like their own foods.
Yes.
So it catches up to them.
Yeah, that does happen too. You get some early adopters, and then sometimes it takes a little longer. But you got to feel that the difference, and then I think then you have that buy-in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Moving to like BYU, so like, what is the most common, like, I guess for me, it's like I feel like some people can trust and then not trust. So there's like some common mistakes that people might do when they go through their nutrition process. But kind of like, what's your approach to like BYU athletes, helping them? Because everybody's different. So like, what would your like kind of advice be with that?
Well, overall, it was different because I really got used to looking at bigger picture stuff for the teams and really focusing on the meals that they had and whatnot, because it's like U.S. soccer, they would go overseas and they go back to their club teams, and it was hard to communicate with them because it's a 9-hour time difference, right? And so here I've had to reshift where I can do a lot more individual work and really kind of get into the weeds and into the details. So that's one thing that's
like
been different
impact,
to shift. Otherwise, it really has been very, very similar in terms of, especially here, we are lucky you guys have a good budget for food. I hear so many horror stories from other other universities and colleges, and this we do have a lot more freedom and leeway, right, to provide you guys with the supplements that you need and the food. And so the program in general was really great. And I do have to give a shout out to the sports dietitians that are on campus right now. They really have paved the way for what I've been able to do with you guys. It's always been there. They just couldn't do it because they're working with 600 other athletes.
Yeah. So
really, I got lucky. I'm like, oh, I need to do this. And Rachel's like, oh, I have a contact for this. Or, oh, your supplement you order here. I didn't have to. The program was built. They did a great job. And so all I had to do was just take what they've already done and actually implement it and help you guys really understand everything that you do have available to you.
Yeah, what's What's the most misconception or mistake that the normal person has for their nutrition, student athlete, or just a normal person? What's the number one thing you often see that people mistake with their nutrition?
I still think it's still this carb thing, I have to say. Everyone thinks if it's something, it just always boils down to carbs and like weight loss and whatnot. I still think that that's a thing. Battling with you guys a little bit because there's just this old diet mentality and stigma, and it's just trying to figure out how to say, well, carbohydrates are also part of like your hormonal system and your neurotransmitters. So if that's not, you don't have those on board, that's going to affect those things. It's going to cause you to have, injury and lack of recovery, lack of sleep and things like that. So I guess that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm sure there are a few others.
Carbohydrates.
How
are you on your carbs?
Probably I could be better.
Yeah. I think that was one thing we talked about in our meeting, was that something that I needed to be better about. Because I think I grew up thinking, the protein meat part of your portion of your plate, I always thought was supposed to be the biggest.
But really, low-key still think
not.
that.
Right.
Carbs are,
Yes.
And I had to flip my mind and understanding that and switch the portions around a little bit.
Because you saw, we did that meal builder thing, right? And you saw that even if it was only 2, we were almost over your total body weight, even with just 1 to 2 palm sizes of protein at your meals. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, question with that, like, if somebody, I want to ask 2 questions, okay? So, how would you put on more weight but keep, like, your lean muscle? Because I think that's, like, the hardest thing to do, right? Because I remember when I was trying to, like, lose body fat, I had to lose body fat but try to gain, like, 5 to 10 pounds of, like, muscle. And I was like, that's, like, almost impossible to me when I was thinking about it. So, like, what's your take on that?
Yes.
We'll just start with that.
Okay. So now I really, really saw it when I was also part of our team. Exos is also known that they started this offsite training for NFL Combine, at Indianapolis at the end of February. And so I was part of that group for 3 years, and they would come in 6 days a week. They trained 2 days a week, Monday through Friday. Wednesdays they had like a half day or a light day. Saturdays was a light day. Sunday was completely off. We provided them breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for those anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks that we were with us. I remember doing the mentorships where I would educate other physical therapists, athletic trainers, like on our systems and how we've kind of built the program. And I would put up the pictures of our players eating like 50, 60% of their carbs, or their calories from carbs, and the amount of fat that they dropped and the amount of muscle that they would put on. And people would point and they're like, you're lying. I'm like, I have not touched these. They would argue with us.
Really?
Yeah. So it does come down to food and carbs. It comes down to eating.
Carbs. Guys, don't mistake it.
That was because you're always, and also for me, I was eating, let's see, I was 23 years old. I was working out 6 days a week to get to do these fitness competitions that I did for 3 years. And I was eating around 3,500 calories a day. So that's quite a lot. I don't know how to, at the moment, like kind of put that, like what exactly does that look like? But
I'm trying to eat 3,800 and it's low-key really hard.
Yes. I was losing, at that amount of calories, I was losing body fat like crazy.
Wow.
So we do have to look at feeding ourselves in order to get to where we need to be. And then there's where I'm pushing on you guys, the nutrient timing, making sure you're spreading it out throughout the day as well. Because also you have so many calories to get in, it's very, very hard to do that in 3 meals when we're asking you to eat whole foods. I mean, sure, pizza, burgers, and fries, that 1,000 calories at a meal, that's easy to get in. But when we're talking about stuff that has vitamins and fiber and all that stuff, it's going to be harder to eat 1,000 calories. So I would say it is doable. You have to be consistent with your food and then also that nutrient timing, and you can maintain or increase that lean mass while maintaining or decreasing that fat mass.
Wow.
Give the people watching a little insight on the food that you're feeding them right now in the off season and your kind of goals with them personally. And then also, what does that look like during the season? either pregame meals and all those things. What are the meals looking like? Just give them an insight on what that looks like.
Sure. So this an off season, I kind of focus on more behavior change, education. We've been doing those little 15-minute education sessions.
Yeah, where was that last year?
Yeah.
I leave and all of a sudden we get 15-minute educational stuff.
Yes, you get all this. You get nice food.
Yeah,
everything's
what are we doing?
all these upgrades.
You get an office.
I get an office. I know.
As soon as I leave, the kingdom starts
Like
getting
Trevin's
built.
gone. Here, Danielle. And so in the off seasons, I always really focus on behavior modification, creating new habits around nutrition, changing that mindset, trying to figure out what is your ideal game day, right? Because the research, the majority of what we've known over the last 20 years is eating 3 to 4 hours prior to a game. That way it gives you room to have another snack an hour to an hour and a half, and then having a simple carb 30 minutes before. So that's kind of the whole idea with that game day nutrition. So it's kind of talking through everything, educating about supplements, educating about nutrient timing and how to eat and why the food that we've put up there is there. Like this year we created the cards and we've listed out what is in the dishes. And then also I've tried to do this traffic light system. It's really not the most accurate or anything, but where you have like a red, yellow, green food. So like your red would be your mac and cheese or your fried chicken, and then your green
barely
food.
get a lot of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you load up on the green stuff.
Yes. Yeah, you load, right? But you guys know my 80-20 rule. So
Yeah, we know.
80% of you've heard me say it. Oh yeah. Here he goes. I was wondering when this
Well,
was going to come in.
that's why the 15-minute educational started when I left.
So, and that's another, I guess, misconception too with dietitians, like we're the police or the finger wagging. Still to this day, I'm like, oh my gosh, or if someone sees me eating a Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out burger, they're like, oh wow, how are you eating them? Yeah. Like, what? I'm not allowed to eat this stuff?
Yeah.
And that would be the other thing with those combine players. We would also do 2 days a week what we call the 20%. We'd bring in barbecue, we'd do pizza, we would do all this stuff. And if we had new agents, because agents would come in once a week and they're like, what is this? What? And they didn't know our I'm like, they're fine. Yeah. They're gonna hit their number. And not, I'm talking about body composition too with those guys. I'm not good with numbers, but man, their bench, it was nuts how much they improved from baseline to when they went to their
the 80-20.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
Yes, so that's always just a good. We always talk about if we could do a research on that to just show that there is something to that, but.
Yeah. Wow. I think like that's a cool thing that people don't really understand is how everything in our lives as college athletes is measured, from what we eat to how many calories to the nitty-gritty of what we eat
to the hydration.
Hydration.
we get hydration tests that we try to we always have a fun game who can get the lowest score and all those things. But from that to we have Oura rings that measures our sleep. You know, the coaches know when we're taking vacations and where we're at. All the weights, we know exactly what numbers, and the force plates of how explosive we are. Conditioning, all of that is measured, and it's kind of incredible. And it's all kind of one thing that's just there's always an eye watching out for you. I feel like as a college athlete, which is hard. But like, I mean, that's just about being the top performer, and all those little things need to be put together in order to be one of the best. I don't know if you feel like that was a little bit of a interesting thing for you in college, but for me, like I'm like, it's like crazy. They know every little thing about my life pretty much.
I think it was crazy because I think I have like a unique experience because I went with like the previous coaching staff to Coach Young's coaching staff. And we did like some measuring, like kind of like the normal baseline stuff. And then once you guys like all got here, it was Oura ring, sleeping. It was hydration test, sweat testing, like
more DEXA probably. DEXA's a little bit more often.
We did DEXA I think twice a year with the previous
now
one. Now we're doing like 4 times a year. And I just think I think it helped us to stay healthy. I feel most of us were healthy.
You do. It'd be nice to hear like your perspective, because I get it. It does seem like a lot, but it does come together.
I think it was the first time. Everybody take a chill, all right? It's 6 years from playing that like I didn't get sick. And I remember I was talking to you about it, and I was like, Danielle, I've gotten sick every single season to the point where like it's hard for me to play. And like we were really like honed in on it, and I was healthy for the whole year. So
That is true. That is another big role that you have is when we travel so much and that time of year, there's always a flu that goes around.
Yeah.
People get sick or whatever, a common cold. Having like probiotics on standby has been huge. All those things.
Like people would get sick and it usually lasts like 2.5 weeks, and then if someone got sick, it was like 2 days. It was like
every time we're on the plane, Daniel's walking down the aisle with waters, making sure everyone's
cherry tart juices.
Keeping us strapped. I love it.
I think first and foremost, like we really appreciate you. Like,
thank you.
I wish a lot of people knew. I think that's why we're kind of doing this, kind of share your story. But you do so much for us, especially me. I feel like it sucks not having you anymore.
I love this.
But we really appreciate. We love you, like your family, and so we're just excited that like Cougar Nation and like the world can kind of see like the importance of nutrition and the importance of exactly what you do, because it's more than I think what people think.
Oh, I appreciate
It takes a village. Sometimes I think just the basketball players or the staff, but there's so many components that make the thing go around. But Trev and Nell has some rapid fire questions.
You ready for this?
Oh boy.
Rapid fire.
Let's
First
go.
thing that comes to your head.
Let's go, Trev.
All right.
Oh.
All right, D-Train. What's your favorite guilty pleasure food? First thing that comes to your head.
Chocolate chip cookies with a little sea salt sprinkled on top.
Is it you and Coach Young?
Yeah, I think so.
You guys both like cookies?
Certain place like crumble, or you like any
I
kind of
can't do crumble.
Can't do crumble.
No.
Crumble. I'm not going to talk about crumble.
It's just too sweet.
It is a little sweet.
Yeah, it's just
very
too sweet
sweet.
for me. So that was also too with changing like my diet when I was trying for those fitness competitions. My sweet tooth totally went away.
Yeah.
So now even fruit is like too sweet for me. So crumble's too sweet. Honestly, it's these homemade cookies that I make, or back in Arizona, there were a couple restaurants where they would just make them perfect. They're like homemade, kind of small, little on the crispy side, that flaky sea salt sprinkled over them. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some this year. I guess maybe you'll get some this year.
Yes, I know the other JB keeps, he's always like, where are those cookies you keep talking about? Like, I know I got to make them.
Okay, if you could have an NIL deal with a food restaurant, which restaurant would you eat for the rest of your life?
Oh.
Like, it's just like your go-to spot.
Oh, gosh.
Both
So
we'll do. We'll both
would
one
it be
back
here?
home
Okay.
and one in Provo.
Okay. So I would have to say it would be this Italian spot in Arizona.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm still working on exploring all my restaurants, but just because how amazing they are to me and you guys, I would probably say Guru's.
I was going to say Gurus. She loves Gurus.
I do. And they also have a very extensive menu.
They do have a huge menu.
Yes, so
Kinda
you
get a
could
little bit of
rotate
everything.
around, and you've got a pasta, you've got their soup and sandwiches, you've got pizza. So then that's the other reason too, that you could eat there and always have something different every day of the week.
We had our biscuits gravy this morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh
good.
yeah,
Because your carbs are there.
Carbs are there.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, I have to give a shout out to them and our other catering, 53 Catering. They've really, I put them through a lot, asking them to adjust their foods and certain things that we ask for, and they've been amazing. They've been great to us.
Well, I remember last year, I think we had like time off or something, and we didn't get Gurus for like the first time in like a couple weeks. And we were all like so mad. We're like, Danielle, what are you doing?
That was in December. Yes,
like,
I know what you're
is
talking
going
about.
on?
I remember that.
Gurus was it. So yeah, shout out Gurus. Okay, what's the weirdest question you've ever gotten from an athlete about food?
Is this shake gonna make me fat?
Really? That's wow.
I was like,
Who asked this?
I can't. But I was like,
You know who you are.
That's funny.
oh my goodness, you're running around 4 hours a day, and
And you're 20-something years old.
Yes.
And you're asking this now.
yes,
hilarious.
yes.
What'd you put in the shake?
It was just a banana peanut butter shake with vanilla protein powder.
That's hilarious. Okay. This kind of goes back to last year's team, because I want to know this. Who's the worst eater on the team, and who was the best eater on the team?
Oh.
And you can throw it out there.
Can I throw it out
Yeah,
there?
yeah, for sure.
Is that like, I
No,
feel
you
like
can
that's
for
HIPAA
sure.
or whatever?
No, you can throw it's food.
Oh, gosh. Well, we got Eli and Cannon.
Oh, I was going to say, so Cannon was the first thing I said.
Bucks.
Young Bucks.
New
That's
generation.
hilarious.
They're so
Yeah.
picky.
They were picky.
Sorry,
I mean,
guys,
they get
you're
Domino's
picky.
All they eat
out on
is
the road.
Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
Domino's, and like fast food only.
Yes.
Wings. That was
Yep.
it. Those were the
That
three.
was it. That was
Okay.
all they like to eat.
And who's the best?
Jaeger.
Jaeger
Jaeger
actually
was-
does
he
eat
was.
everything.
Yes, I
Clean
love
eater.
the food he would cook, and he'd take
Yeah, he
pictures and
does.
come and show us. Like,
He was very passionate.
yes, yeah, he would sit down with me. He was like, I want it laid out. I want everything. He was great to work with because it was easy to talk to him about things, and then or easier, right?
And he like, took it to heart. Like he's like, oh, this will help me.
the passion
Done.
from him,
Yeah.
and he was like, and this will help me. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I had lunch with him the other day, and he said he already got his grill set up and his new place, and that's
love
where he's going to
that.
cook his dinners at night.
Oh,
and stuff.
great,
He's
yeah.
way into it. It's fun.
Yeah, just because and also too, he just loves food and he likes to cook.
He's a
and
foodie.
Yeah, he's a big foodie, so it was just always fun talking to him too.
Did you take him grocery shopping?
Yeah, yes.
I love that.
Yes.
He's like, I think he called me one time and I was like, hey, what are you doing? He goes, dude, I'm going grocery shopping with Danielle. Like, I got to get all this food. He was so excited.
That's funny. He's great.
Okay, what's the funniest or most surprising eating habit you've seen from a BYU athlete? And you could throw that person under the bus, or like, it could be really good.
one.
Could be a good
So
one.
the funniest eating habit?
Or just like the craziest eating habit. Is there anything that comes to your mind?
No.
Like, oh my gosh, this guy just eats sweets. Or
This guy
the one
loves
that I got,
bagels.
we didn't have, I don't even know when it was, but it went around social media. I don't know what I did. I think we only had forks, and we had bagels for right before you got here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to like put cream cheese on my bagel, but I didn't have anything to cut it, so I just put it on the top.
Yes.
And Daniel Poneman, he's an agent,
Okay.
like lit me up for it. Posted on social media, was like, "This is what BYU athletes do." Like,
That's
I was
funny.
like, "Oh," so that was a funny one.
I had nothing.
But
Can you guys think of anything? Anyone on the team that?
What came to mind was Foos, how much he loves salmon.
Foos is a huge yes.
Just-
So that's
Okay,
probably the
sure.
first one.
Every meal he eats is
Salmon.
Salmon. Yes.
He would get so mad if there wasn't salmon.
Yes,
You'd
the
be like,
amount of salmon
just sit
that
there depressed.
man can eat.
It's
Yes,
incredible.
so
It's
that would
incredible.
okay. Yes,
That's a
one
good
I
one.
thought
That's a
of.
good one.
Sorry.
that's a good one.
It's a great one.
And what was the other one? The funniest.
Just eating habit you've seen.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably,
right,
I think that's probably just Foos, huh?
yeah. Right now it's just foos.
Okay. Which player and coach would win a chopped cooking challenge? What do you say?
Ooh.
It doesn't even matter how good they can cook. Let's say everybody's on the even playing field.
Yes.
Like being able to cook. But who do you think would
Yes.
make the best dish?
I'm gonna go back with Jaeger.
I was going to say Jaeger.
Yeah,
As
gotta
soon as
go
she said
back with-
Jaeger, I was like, I shouldn't even
Number
ask
two,
this
who's the
question.
second?
Yeah, who's the
Yes.
second best?
Who else? DB is a good.
I was going to say, my
Yes,
boy. Right?
yes.
You gotta put me out there. Come
Yes, I would say DB. Who else? There was. We had this conversation around the table earlier
Parker's
this year.
really good.
Parker's
Did
really-
you say staff or
Yeah,
Well,
Parker
coach.
probably, yeah.
Parker's
Parker,
really good.
you said
Parker's
coach, so
probably-
Parker would have been.
Yeah.
Parker's a great cook. He
Yes.
cooks like
Really good,
homemade
Same
pasta.
thing. He talks about pasta, gnocchi, ravioli.
Yeah.
I was like, you want to bring it?
well cultured.
Yes, he doesn't ever bring in any. Parker, you never bring in anything for us.
No,
That's
it's
true.
him and Parker's stuff.
I know.
Like
I gotta-
I've been trying to get the invitation to get a wing
Yeah.
night or a
Nothing,
cookout,
huh?
and all I see is the social media post or like the story, the friends only
Club.
stories. Like it's
We're
very
gonna open it to the public.
No, they're
soon.
not. They've
We
said that
are,
100
we are,
times.
I
Yes.
promise.
charge a fortune to try to get into that. Yeah. Okay, I actually want to ask both of you guys this. So, what would be you guys' like perfect plate? You have a plate, yeah, any food in the world, perfect plate, go for it.
I
So we're
know
going.
yours.
Am I going to be healthy or am I going my 20%?
You can do whatever you want. Your perfect plate, like what would be if you could have one meal, your death row meal?
It'd be
Italian, huh?
yes, gnocchi.
Gnocchi with
My
sauce.
grandma, yes, red bolognese sauce.
Okay.
My grandma's. It could be potato or ricotta, but it has to be in the middle, not real soft where it like just dissolves in your mouth, but not real where you're chewing it
Yeah.
constantly. Yeah, that would be my.
Okay.
That's my dish.
With like any soda, any special cocktail that you're trying to
No, my sparkling water.
Sparkling
have to do it
water.
with some Pellegrino.
People love sparkling water.
Oh yeah, yes.
I feel like that's
Uh-huh.
okay.
I got like two kind of answers.
Of course you
I
do.
always think like steak.
Yeah,
Steak's
okay.
an easy one, with some just like veggies and mashed potatoes on the side or mac and cheese or something. You know.
Okay.
My favorite though is like al pastor tacos. I've always.
Do you
those
cook that
always
with
my
Parker?
favorite. I've never cooked it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Where's your favorite around here? Where do you get?
Here, none.
No.
Actually, smoked taco. I've had that. That place is
Okay.
good. Back home though, the taco stand is really good. Their al pastor is awesome. But probably that for a drink. I don't drink a lot of soda. I've always loved chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk is actually
Oh, yeah,
my
you guys,
uprising right
we
now.
can put that down. All of you and your
We
chocolate
do.
We
milk.
love chocolate
Oh,
milk.
oh my
gosh.
Chocolate milk.
That happened last year. I think I don't know who started it, but wow,
For some reason, I
It
don't know
was
who did,
elite.
but it was there every
It
single
was-
hotel, and it was.
I was
awesome.
so
I don't know if that
excited.
was your doing, or
Yeah,
that
it was my doing. I put together all.
We were
Yeah.
like-
So who was telling you we need chocolate milk, or did you just? Think
I
that?
just
You
that's
thought
just
it?
what I
Well,
that's just
you-
what you have regular. You just always have regular and chocolate milk
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
on the line.
you
Yeah.
fed a village with that chocolate milk. It was amazing.
We put down a lot of
And
chocolate
some
milk.
hotels were better than others. Some
Oh,
would
yeah.
like
It
make
was fun
them
to try
or
different ones.
That's very true.
different brands. Yeah.
Yeah. Hot take: if I ever go on an airplane, I always get apple juice. I don't know why. I'll never have apple juice anywhere else, but like
I hear that a lot from people. Ginger
On the
ale is
plane.
another
Ginger ale,
popular
yeah,
one.
ginger ale is
Okay.
everybody
Only on
loves
airplanes.
only on airplanes.
Yes. Yeah. That's
kinda crazy.
interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder. You think back. You got to really dig deep to find out where that came from.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yes.
Okay, we got 2 more questions. What's the most BYU thing someone has ever asked you about nutrition?
Oh boy.
First thing that comes to your head.
I don't know.
It's a rapid fire question.
Yes, I know. The most BYU thing. I can't think of anything.
What's BYU thing?
Did you have something in mind when you made that question, or?
I just was like, I want to know what a BYU thing someone has.
I haven't
Probably
had
chocolate
any.
milk, I would say, maybe.
No,
but-
because that's a big. All the
What
even
about soda? Is
Dirty
it
sodas,
huge
maybe?
soda, like culture
Yeah,
here.
yes.
Has that been hard to like work with some athletes? That,
You
like,
had the dirty sodas here? Like
No,
Swig?
no, I can't.
Are you a big soda person or
no,
no?
I'm not. They would be too
Really?
sweet for me. That's just like my
Fair.
sparkling
Yeah.
water, or I'll add tart cherry juice to my sparkling water, and it's like a watered
Oh my
down
gosh,
cherry
trying
pop.
to Get Parker going. But he loves doing that too.
Do-
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Parker does. He
does. He, like,
adds everything to sparkling
Mixes
water.
Everything.
Okay, so now that you've kind of triggered it, so yeah, probably the soda or always just.
Yeah.
I think the soda because even I'm gonna call Lee out here. Lee loves Coach Kamar loves his soda.
Oh, loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say that's I'm always giving him a hard time. A couple times I've given him a hard time about his soda or whatnot.
That's
Just
hilarious.
making jokes, yeah.
Okay, this is the last and final question. Okay. I want you to describe. Who should we have to describe? Who?
Oh,
For the
player?
final question. Yeah, we need 3. We'll do just 2 players.
Okay.
Who should we do? Who's a funny one? You have to describe 2 people based on their personality with like food. So like if someone's like a meathead, it'd be like protein shake. But
Okay.
like, who should we have? That's a funny one. We'll do Richie.
Richie's in show.
Richie's one,
Okay.
and we'll do.
Let's do a newer guy.
I was gonna say. That's probably on you. You got the new guy. Get thinking.
I know.
Can't be like. Can't be
You
very
guys are giving me
normal.
all these questions like in this hot seat.
Trying to think, too.
Stressing out over here.
Do you know much about Moo?
Yes. Okay, so if I would Moo
Kennard
is
Davis, by the way.
yes,
Davis,
yes,
his
Kennard
nickname's
Davis.
Moo.
Yes. So explain like kind of
Just yeah.
like a habit or
Just if you could describe
Them as a
Richie
food?
and
Moo.
Moo
Okay.
as a food.
oh as
like,
a food.
yeah.
Like one meal, it's like that's them.
That's them. Oh.
Like Richie could potentially be like a Red
Mixing their
Bull,
personality.
like just energy drink, but you can't use mine. You know,
Yeah.
it's cheating at that point.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's go with Richie first because Moo. The new guys, I'm still trying to
Gotta figure out,
learn.
yeah,
Yeah, their
yeah.
habits and whatnot. What would Richie be?
You can chime in
Oh,
too.
chime in
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Dude, I got pop rocks for Richie.
I love that.
Really?
He's just so
Just like,
fiery.
boom, you
He's
just
always
gone.
going.
That's
you know,
hilarious.
It's just
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
hilarious.
Uh-huh.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, I wasn't coming up. I'm thinking like an actual meal.
What would be an actual meal for him?
I'm now on
Be like
this
something
in my
crazy.
mind. I'm thinking Italian, like because that's
Just
I
any
always
food.
just go. I just always go back to
Just go
Italian,
right to Italian, go right.
Mediterranean, and I try to place everyone in there.
Fatties, the Slim Jims. that we
Slim
have.
Jims.
Chomps. No.
you love
There we
those.
go.
I love the fatties.
That's you.
There you
Fatties
go.
are great.
Richie's Chomps. We had a little
Richie's
text battle
Chomps.
back and forth.
That's hilarious.
Richie's
That's a good one.
Chomps. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
And then Moo. I don't even know Moo that well.
Or
It's
let's
kinda
even
quiet.
Moo or any of the new guys. So we got Moo,
You can do X.
Nate,
I already know
X.
X's.
Nate's another one. X. Rob.
I would probably
Rob
say
seems like he's a picky eater. Is that true? He always texts me every
Does-
time. What's the meal today? I'm like, it's upstairs.
Oh, he's funny. Yeah, he's a picky eater. But if we said Moo, what would he
Moo.
be?
Moo's quiet for those of you who don't know him.
very quiet.
But he actually he's got a good personality too. We took him to the grid, did some racing.
Who
Got
won?
into it. It was fun. I think J Mac won the first game.
You can see that J-Mac.
Yeah.
J-Mac takes it very serious.
He does.
Foos is, do you know what the grid is? It's like
No.
go-karting.
No.
It's like extreme
Oh,
Oh,
go-karting.
how fun.
Yeah, it was
Where's
really
it
fun.
at?
Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove.
Okay.
So the first time we ever went, so Foos loves to like drive fast. If you ever see him on the road, just beware. But I remember we were going and there's like a sharp turn. We kind of have to slow down just a little bit and you kind of drift around it.
Okay.
And on the first time I did it, I didn't slow down. So I hit the wall and I was facing the like sideways.
Uh-huh.
And Foos is behind me. And I'm thinking, Foos is going to slow down, go around me, just full speed right into the side. It goes, dumb man, what are you doing? Like so
amazing.
mad. I was like, Foos, you got to move. Okay.
Foos
But
would be salmon if we were.
Foos would be
Yes,
salmon.
I
Easy.
did want to say that because that was
Moo,
an easy one.
I would probably just say like a very just clean dish. Just like,
Yeah, we went grocery shopping a couple weeks
Did
ago.
you?
Yes, and he was very excited about it, and we got some meals, put together a week's worth of meals and
was
whatnot.
he excited about a particular meal?
Yeah, we did a shrimp. We put together because we went to Harmon's. You know, they can have the marinated or herbed fish
I can
or
see that.
shrimp.
Okay, well, shrimp.
Yeah,
That's
and we put
Okay.
together a shrimp pasta dish.
Tough. Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
maybe that's more then.
let's move.
That's Moo.
Well, Danielle, thank you for hopping on the pod. We really appreciate you. And like I said, your family. So we're grateful that we could kind of tell your story a little bit and tell
Thanks.
exactly what you do for us.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. This was a lot of fun.
This is your time to tell everybody
Oh.
just a little bit of advice. It doesn't have to be long, just a couple things that you think people would like to hear, understand, or just anything, honestly.
Sure, if I'd have to talk about sports nutrition, I really am serious. Do not be afraid of carbohydrates. It's people in general, it's so nuts, and just enjoy food. It's so great, especially if you do and you are a foodie. Enjoy it and lean into it because food is, which I tell all of them, it's really hard when you're a sports dietitian because you know food is, there's tradition to it, there's culture to it, there is personal preference and comfort, but then I'm trying to get you to use it for sport, right? And have the science behind it. So it's encompassing all of that. And yeah, just enjoy your food, and it doesn't have to be all healthy all the time in order to get to where you want to be.
Mic drop.
That's-
Wow. I love that. 80-20.
80-20.
80-20.
80-20.
Let's go.
Thanks for watching Life Beyond the Three, presented by Center Street Media. I'm Dawson Baker.
Wow, that was perfect. You guys can watch it on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. Check out next time.